Now on Nightside, a court case that is the first of its kind, holding parents responsible for a school shooting done by their child.
Snow moving in for the morning commute and a weather alert day for Friday. That's in your first alert forecast.
Setting up senior homes and emergency drop-in shelters, even offering landlords incentives to make more affordable units. Spokane Valley's ambitious plan to end homelessness. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. We start with breaking news. Spokane Public School students will ride new buses to school this August. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Tonight, the school board voted to switch to Zoom services. The district is currently using Durham services to bus students. And even though Zoom would cost the district nearly $500,000 more a year than Durham, the board decided the Zoom option was better, citing things like a new fleet of buses, technology that improves route visibility and communication, route auditing and efficiency, and experience with zero-emission conversions. The overall cost for the district in the next 5 years will be $71 million. That's starting in August. To see other details the board took into consideration, find the story on KXLY.com. And get ready for snow on your morning commute.
Yeah, we have a weather alert day for Friday as well. Here's Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker.
Well, here's a look at our satellite and radar, and we're already seeing that snow working into southern portions of Spokane County. It will be spreading across the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area right after midnight. A winter weather advisory is in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for up to 3 inches of snow, but those will be in fairly localized areas. The spring snow is prone to snow squalls, and so there will be some areas where we may see higher concentrations of snow, but in general around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, we're looking more in the 1 to 1.5 inch range. Here's a look at a forecast snowfall through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. The snow should be long over by then. It's mainly going to be in the early morning up to the morning commute, but this is what will be on the ground as we get into the end of that winter weather advisory. So a little bit of snow to start the day, and then we're dry the rest of the day. A high temperature of 40 degrees. 46 is our average high, so we should do plenty of melting, especially on the main roads for an easy commute home. Friday morning's commute, another story. We have a weather alert day for Friday. I'll let you know how much snow to expect in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. A standoff in Spokane County put 2 Cheney schools on alert this afternoon. Windsor Elementary and Westwood Middle School were asked to shelter in place as the SWAT team worked to arrest a man in a nearby duplex. The Spokane Police Department arrested a man facing several charges, including multiple domestic violence order violations and unlawful possession of a firearm. The man also had a Department of Corrections warrant for his arrest. Spokane police say it took 30 minutes before the man surrendered. The schools sheltered in place as a precaution given the man's previous history with law enforcement.
New on Nightside. It's a case that could set a precedent when it comes to holding parents responsible for crimes committed by their children.
A Michigan appeals court decided whether to bring charges against the parents of school shooter Ethan Crumbley. ABC's Trevor Alt has more.
All right. This morning, a Michigan appeals court weighing whether unprecedented charges against the parents of Michigan school shooter Ethan Crumbley can continue to trial.
What things did they do or not do that led to these events?
The case is the first of its kind. James and Jennifer Crumbley are charged with 4 counts each of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors say gross negligence makes them at least partially responsible for their son Ethan's November 2021 rampage when he killed 4 classmates and injured 7 others, including a teacher.
You know, what's the precedent we're going to set here? I mean, there are a lot of families with kids who might not be as stable as the parents would like them to be.
Prosecutors allege the Crumbleys bought the weapon then 15-year-old Ethan used to carry out the massacre with Ethan's money, even though prosecutors say he displayed obvious mental health issues, allegedly having hallucinations a month before the shooting. They say in the weeks prior, the school reported to the parents Ethan was searching ammunition in class, to which Jennifer Crumbley allegedly texted her son, "LOL, you have to learn not to get caught."
There are warning signs all over the place.
Officials say the day of the massacre, Ethan was called to a counselor's office having drawn a disturbing drawing showing a gun, a person shot, and phrases like blood everywhere and the thoughts won't stop, help me. Tuesday, the judges questioned why the Crumbleys didn't take him home or even hug him when they were called to the school that morning.
James Crumbly did not know that EC had access to that firearm.
He bought him the gun.
Well, and the first thing he did when he heard about the school shooting was go back home to see if the gun was there.
The Crumbly's attorneys admitted the parents made tremendously bad decisions, but argue they and the school believed Ethan was only a threat to himself. They argue pursuing these charges would set a dangerous precedent, potentially holding parents responsible for any crime committed by their child.
As a parent, I don't owe a legal duty to every kid at my 4 kids' schools. I don't owe a legal duty to every person my child encounters on the street.
New on Nightside.
Every other educator, I had that concern. Is this something that students are only going to use to cheat? So I started to think about, like, okay, what role is AI, artificial intelligence, going to play in the classroom?
5th grade teacher of the year, Donnie Percy, is using the AI chatbot known as ChatGPT to teach his students in a number of ways in grammar exercises like Find the Bot, where students have to guess whether a paragraph was written by ChatGPT or a classmate.
Jump out is like, ooh, I'm pretty sure it's not that one.
For the second one, because they put invention plethora of inventions, they should have put a plethora.
Oh,
They made a
interesting catch.
And reading exercises through personalized plays generated in seconds by the program.
In a typical 5th grade classroom, the door bursts open and a superhero named Super Potato bursts in. Fear not, citizen, Super Potato is here to save the day.
Piercy is one of the growing number of educators who are speaking out in favor of ChatGPT, saying it's a tool, not a threat to education.
Time to take a look at First Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Washington State basketball is the talk of the Pac-12 right now. For the first time ever, the women's team won the Pac-12 championship on Sunday, and the Washington State men's team is one of the hottest teams in the conference. The men began their Pac-12 tournament run with a 69-52 win over Cal this afternoon. Cougars guard TJ Bamba had 17 points in the victory. Washington State has now won 7 straight games against conference opponents for the first time in 40 years. The Cougars advance to take on Oregon in the Pac-12 quarterfinals at 2:30 tomorrow. Coming up later in sports, we will talk about the Washington State women's team and where they could end up in the NCAA tournament following that historic Pac-12 championship over the weekend. Live in the studio, Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Well, the sirens will stay, but the rest of the new fire engine at Bellevue Fire Department will be completely silent. That's because they are about to buy their first electric fire engine. State grants will cover $649,000, which is a quarter of the cost for a truck like this, and charging infrastructure. Other than the engine, the new truck will look and act the same as the department's current trucks. Bellevue Fire expects to adopt more electric vehicles in the years to come as the city works to move its fleet toward zero emissions.
Coming up on Nightside, setting up senior homes and emergency drop-in shelters, even offering landlords incentives to make more affordable units. Spokane Valley's ambitious plan to end homelessness.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Granite Concepts of Lewiston.
Law Tigers present the 18th annual Spokane Motorcycle Show this weekend at the Spokane Fairgrounds. One Wheel Revolution stunt show, swap meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas Giveaway, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show this weekend at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
I feel safer when you're in the building.
Over 10,000 stars.
History making.
5 U.S. presidents.
The funny man.
Yes. And 20 years of explosive, iconic, heartfelt.
You sure about that?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office.
We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, are there problems at home? Plumbing problems? Don't panic. Call Platinum. Platinum Mechanical. Platinum Mechanical's experienced 5-star rated team is always available for drain cleaning emergencies. And only Platinum Mechanical offers drain cleaning for the low price of just $76. If you got a problem, go Platinum. Platinum Mechanical. 509-998-5113.
Law Tigers present the 18th annual Spokane Motorcycle Show this weekend at the Spokane Fairgrounds. One Wheel Revolution stunt show, swap meet, Budweiser Biker Bar, Law Tigers Great Gas Giveaway, and more. The Spokane Motorcycle Show this weekend at the Spokane Fairgrounds.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
New on Nightside, the Inland Northwest is facing a homelessness and housing crisis, and now Spokane Valley is coming up with a plan of its own.
Yeah, tonight it had an open house to get community feedback. Our Rania Kaur was there, and in our packed-in coverage has what the plan would entail.
Aaron Kirsten, the Spokane Valley plan is still in its draft stages, but addresses issues like mental health and affordability. It even has options for more temporary solutions like extreme cold and heat. A 37-page draft details the Spokane Valley homeless plan.
There's no doubt that the population of those who are experiencing homelessness has grown in and of itself. And with that, it's also become more visible.
Shamra Andrews, who's lived in Spokane Valley for the past 11 years, is hopeful for the future.
I think it's really important, especially if it, for the city of Spokane Valley to stand up and be a city.
From addressing how to prevent homelessness to improving quality of life, it offers solutions like creating and developing senior and assisted living homes, having an emergency drop-in shelter, emergency hoteling, and potentially even offering landlords an incentive to set aside affordable units.
It needs to be strategic, it needs to be incremental, and it needs to consider our community specifically, and our community is different than other communities.
Even though the plan is created, the city says it would still help pay for regional shelters operated through Spokane.
What we're trying to do right now through this public engagement process is prioritize. What do we address first? Where do we put our resources where they're going to matter?
Something Andrews agrees.
City, like we should be taking care of the people here.
Once all the public feedback is collected, and they're still collecting feedback, they'll be putting the plan along with its priorities in front of City Council for adoption in April. In studio, Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Well, imagine being homeless and leaving your best friend for a while you build a new life. Because of the uncertainty over housing and jobs, people experiencing homelessness often struggle to keep their pets. And a new organization called Safe Spokane is looking for temporary foster homes for homeless pets. Saving animals' lives for over a decade, the founder of Safe Spokane noticed a growing need for homeless pets. She says the help is for people going through life transformations like domestic violence, divorce, and homelessness.
We want people to be able to go in and take care of business knowing their animals are safe and that they don't have to surrender them to a shelter where they might be killed at.
Animals will be fostered for up to 90 days with extended availability. Pet owners are asked to provide specific circumstances ahead for their next housing and job options. Safe Spokane is currently looking for more foster homes and financial support. You can find out more information on how to help on our website, kxly.com.
Friday is a weather alert day because we have some snow coming in, and it's right in time for the morning commute. 2 to 4 inches during morning drive time across the entire inland Northwest. Tonight's snow is a little more localized. This weather alert day again is for Friday. Here's a look at our forecast radar, starting off at our current time with the snow to our south. That was going to be moving in shortly after midnight and then moving to the north by 7 o'clock. Well, still a few lingering snow showers at 7 a.m. And then as that moves out, we get a little bit of a break during the day tomorrow. Might even see some sunshine, an isolated shower possible in the evening. But then the next round of wet weather comes in overnight in the form of snow. And that's going to be quite a bit more impressive than what we see tomorrow. Here's a look at some of the snowfall projections for Friday's round of snow. We are again looking in that 2 to 4 inch range in many locations, but there could be some pockets. Again, it is spring where we tend to get those snow squalls where we see some heavier, and the best chance for that will be in the Columbia Basin. Lows tonight will be down in the 20s and 30s. Highs tomorrow running a little below average in the 30s and 40s. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 37 on Friday with mostly snow, possibly some rain mixing in the afternoon. Lingering snow showers on Saturday. We set the clocks forward Saturday night into Sunday. And then next week, warmer weather, but still very wet. But it's mainly going to be in the form of rain with highs in the upper 40s and overnight lows, at least on a couple of days, above freezing. I'll be back with some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. New on Nightside, after hours of debate, a bill that would give police more freedom to chase after suspects was saved by the Washington State Senate.
Didn't pass in the House, but the Senate advanced it with an amendment, its last chance before being killed by an approaching deadline. Jackie Kent reports.
Think about it. Who does this no pursuit law really benefit?
Amber Goldade believes Washington lawmakers failed to protect her 12-year-old daughter, Immaculate, killed by a hit-and-run driver. She says lawmakers choosing to restrict police pursuits back in 2021 kept officers from arresting her daughter's killer sooner.
If the police were able to pursue him, he could have been caught and put back in jail, preventing him from harming innocent, law-abiding citizens and not kill my daughter.
Goldade was among the Washington families and lawmakers on the steps of the state capitol, rallying to expand the list of crimes for which police can pursue suspects. Wednesday, the House version of the bill died. But Goldade watched from the gallery as senators spent hours debating and ultimately passed Bill 5352 out of the Senate with one amendment.
I will be very happy and ecstatic that they actually listened and did the right thing.
Members of many law enforcement agencies have been outspoken in favor of updating the law, arguing that current restrictions give criminals confidence to flee and lead to more crime. But opponents like the Washington Coalition for Police Accountability and some lawmakers say police chases are too dangerous and do not always result in arrests.
We know that Washingtonians have been injured and killed in police pursuits.
As the bill advances to a House committee, House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbons says the legislation remains a sensitive topic for lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
We will be looking for how can we ensure that when pursuits are happening, they're happening safely, and also that they're only happening in those cases where the risk to the public outweighs the risk of the pursuit itself.
You can see the amended bill and find a link to see which lawmakers voted for it. It's on our website, KXLY.com.
The Seattle Sonics star Sean Kemp has been arrested for allegedly being involved in a drive-by shooting in Tacoma. This is a developing story. We will update you just as soon as we learn more. And police are still looking for the person who shot and killed someone in North Spokane. Police responded to a car that flipped on its side on East Cleveland, a few blocks east of Division last night. When first responders pulled the driver from the car, they noticed the victim had been shot twice in the chest. The driver was pronounced dead at the hospital. People who live in that area tell us they heard gunshots before the car crashed. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Check at the number on your screen, 509-456-2233.
Well, imagine being trapped in your car on a remote, snowy road with no cell service. Your family's out of the country. No one knows where you are. We'll tell you the story of one Oregon man after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Our therapy doesn't fly solo. For every child, there is a compassionate team committed to excellent care and comprehensive pediatric therapy. Joya, every child is limitless.
Drive it home with the Northwest Motorsport rig. Our great lineup of lenders are offering special APRs all month long. Enter to win daily prizes at nwmsrocks.com/win. Score big with trucks, and more trucks at Northwest Motorsport.
Don't risk a fall climbing into that old outdated bathtub. Step into a sleek, modern Kohler walk-in bath from Pacific Bath Company. For more than 140 years, Kohler has been a brand homeowners can trust. And the Kohler walk-in bath is built for safety and relaxation. With an extra wide door, 3-inch ultra-low step-in, plus 10 fully adjustable hydrotherapy jets. Installed in 2 days or less. Backed with Kohler's lifetime limited warranty. Call Pacific Bath Company now and take advantage of our spring savings sale. Receive $1,250 off a new Kohler walk-in bath. We make it so affordable. $1,250 off a new Kohler walk-in bath, plus 0 payments and 0 interest for 18 months. Don't miss out on these savings. Call Pacific Bath Company now at 509-707-8634. That's 509-707-8634.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
Ford News Now is brought to you by Wendell Motors.
Imagine being trapped in your car on a remote, snowy road. No cell service. Your family's out of the country. No one knows where you are. That's the situation one Oregon man found himself in. But he had something most people don't. A drone. So he typed a text to a friend saying where he was, then attached his cell phone to the drone and sent it up about several hundred feet. That was enough for it to pick up a signal. Rescuers were then sent out to find him, and while they were there, they also found another motorist who'd been stranded for several days.
And how about another miraculous story of survival? An 81-year-old man survived for nearly a week alone in his car, stuck in a snowbank on a desolate California highway. Jerry Durrett says he survived on candy and croissants that he had in his car. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Oh, wow.
He rolled down his window occasionally to eat snow. That's how he kept hydrated, and he managed to keep himself warm with only a light windbreaker, a quilt, and a bath towel. Temperatures were dropping into the teens overnight in this area. He was rescued after a helicopter pilot spotted his vehicle and saw his arm waving out of a small opening in the car window. And he showed no signs of hypothermia and was discharged just hours later.
That is amazing. I'll have to keep some croissant handy for those cross-country trips. Wildlife Wednesday time. Boy, very few signs of spring in this week's Wildlife Wednesday. It looks like it is the dead of winter, not March. But Carol Ellis, the snow definitely made it easier to spot these elk in meat. Actually, she said there was a big herd of about 37 elk she spotted, and a great picture there from Carol. Okay, I'll give you a minute to figure out what you're seeing. It looks like an Escher painting. This is from Courtney Litwin, and a just tremendous amount. I couldn't even fathom how many, thousands and thousands of snow geese taking off over the Potholes Reservoir. Incredible photo there, Courtney. Thank you. A lone great blue heron coming in for a landing through the lens of Allie Ray. I love this photo. It's a great shot, Allie. Thank you. And from Jeremiah Philippe, he said he got a brand new zoom lens, and all of a sudden, the very next day, a bunch of deer showed up and started posing. So he captured this amazing shot. Seems like luck would have it, the opposite would occur. Nothing to take a photo of. And finally, from our friend Mark Boat, a golden eagle, probably preening, but it looks like he's trying to give himself a pedicure or maybe pick something out of his beak. But a great shot, and what a majestic bird. That is from Mark Boat. Thank you to all the photographers who contribute every week to Wildlife Wednesday. I will have these Photos posted on my Facebook here in about 10 minutes. Kirsten?
What a gorgeous golden eagle. Thank you, Chris. Well, there have been an alarming number of violently turbulent flights recently, causing serious injuries, and in the last week, even the death of a former White House official. Professor Paul Williams, who studies atmospheric science, says this uptick in turbulence could be a result of climate change.
Climate change has made turbulent flights more likely in much the same way that it's made heat waves more likely as well. Climate change is strengthening clear air turbulence at all flight levels, in all seasons, everywhere around the world where there's a jet stream.
Well, this professor says climate change is creating a ripple-like effect in the air, even when there isn't bad weather that can be seen. But proving a link for any given flight is tricky. When a passenger is injured, the National Transportation Safety Board notes the incident, but it does not track turbulence on all flights.
And frankly, that's not enough. We need to have a more robust system, because the attempts at forward-looking radar to pick up clear air turbulence, they simply have not panned out yet.
Well, more information is needed, researchers say, because the threat is not going away. 4 News Now will be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Paw Patrol Live, the great pirate adventure.
You're being sued for malpractice.
You're settling your case? Doesn't seem right. You'd be punished for saving a man's life.
She's smart, and because of her OCD, she is very thorough and understands my situation.
Kennedy McMahon.
Why do you have so much confidence in me?
And Felicity Huffman guest star.
Joni's deficits are more significant than you think they are. Your career, it's riding on this.
The Good Lawyer meets the Good Doctor. New Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley, or Click It RV in Spokane, and get the same grand opening specials on travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and Class A and C motorhomes. We guarantee it. A mile north of the Y on Newport Highway, or clickitrv.com.
Wow, you guys really are taking the Zags Win You Win promotion seriously.
Oh, yes, ma'am. If the Gonzaga Bulldogs win the 2023 National Championship, Bill's Heating is going to be refunding up to $6,000 of people's eligible equipment purchases, including yours.
Well, I hope you win.
Yeah, we got this. Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
Celebrate the grand opening of Click It RV's new store in Yakima Valley, or Click It RV in Spokane, and get the same grand opening specials, plus liquidation prices on all 20 to 22 RVs. Nobody will beat our prices. We guarantee it. A mile north of the Y on Newport Highway, or clickitrv.com.
No one works harder than those girls. The legend, she's just fun to watch too. So they're very, very inspirational, and hopefully we can get some of that juju.
Washington State men's basketball coach Kyle Smith was showing some love to the women's team. The Washington State women took Las Vegas by storm and won the Pac-12 championship over the weekend. Smith is hoping that Lady Luck is also with the men's team this time around. The Cougar men opening up their Pac-12 tournament run against Cal. Washington State set the tone from the jump. DJ Rodman with the acrobatic layup. Cougars rolling early. Washington State was also led by their all-Pac-12 performer TJ Bamba. Bamba shows off the speed and finishes at the rim. Bamba led the Cougars with 17 points. Just before the half, Cal looking to make a run. One of the best names in all of the game, Kwani with the steal and the slam. Washington State, they still led by 14 points at halftime, and so it was time to close the door in the second half. Muhammad Gay shows why he's one of the best players in the Pac-12. He dunks over everybody. Cougars win big, 69-52 is the final. This is Washington State's 7th straight win over a conference opponent. That hasn't happened since 1983.
for me, I knew that we had this in us the whole time, and I mean, it's about time we show it. And the best time right now, we're hoping to get 8 tomorrow, and keep going as long as this win streak's gonna go. We're gonna keep playing. We're gonna keep playing hard, and leave it all out on the floor.
Washington State will take on Oregon in the Pac-12 quarterfinals at 2:30 tomorrow in Las Vegas. Gonzaga men's basketball won the West Coast Conference tournament, but it didn't help the Bulldogs for the NCAA tournament. According to ESPN's bracketology, Gonzaga is still a projected 3 seed in the Big Dance. The Bulldogs were on the 3 seed line before defeating St. Mary's on Tuesday. Gonzaga's Drew Timme said not being the #1 team actually has helped the Bulldogs.
I took for granted winning. I've won so much in my career that it's a shock to me not to win. And I think early in the year, it made me appreciate the little things more. It made me appreciate what it takes to win night in and night out. I think sometimes we kind of assume we were just going to win because we're Gonzaga. And I think that going through this and how this season's gone has just kind of made us appreciate the little things more, the journey more.
Gonzaga will find out where they are seated and who they will be playing during the NCAA men's basketball selection show at 3 o'clock on Sunday. Gonzaga's Julian Strother was named as one of 5 finalists for the Julius Erving Award. The Erving Award is given to the top small forward in all of college basketball. Strother was an all-WCC first-team selection this season. Gonzaga women's hoops is now a projected 9 seed in the NCAA tournament, according to bracketology. The Bulldogs dropped 1 spot after losing in the WCC championship game against Portland on Tuesday. Gonzaga will be making its 13th NCAA tournament appearance in school history. Washington State women's basketball earned a boost after winning the Pac-12 championship. The Cougars are now predicted to land a 6 seed in the NCAA tournament. They were an 8 before the tournament started. Now, this will be the Cougars' 3rd straight appearance in the Big Dance. We will officially find out where Washington State and Gonzaga women's basketball will land during the NCAA women's selection show at 5 o'clock on Sunday night. And we will have Selection Sunday coverage for you right here on 4 News Now. That'll wrap us up for sports.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. The account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
If you have a vehicle you no longer need, you can give it new purpose through Union Gospel Mission. Simply go to ugmmotors.org or call 509-327-HELP to schedule a pickup. Your donation gives people like Tyler food, shelter, job training, and the opportunity for a whole new life. Be a driver of change. Donate your vehicle to Union Gospel Mission.
Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries has chairs and recliners to fit every need, including naps. It's the St. Patrick's Day sale. Get 25% off everything, plus an extra 5% in bonus savings. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Hey, have you seen this TikTok family pairing thing?
Yeah, it's a bunch of settings we can customize.
So
Shauna's parents will be like, okay, so I'm thinking 40 minutes of screen time a day. And Shauna's all like, what? I think 60 is fair. Or you know how Ricky posts those 6 solos? Well, his dad's like, these are sick, but they're only sick for you and your friends. Or you could be like, I'm extending your screen time, son, and your curfew.
I don't sound like that. Do I sound like that?
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It's starting. Just a few little snow showers around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, with a lot more on the way overnight, even more on the way Thursday night into Friday. So plan a little extra time tomorrow, and then even more time on Friday morning.
Glad I don't get up till 9.
Roads will be melted by then tomorrow.
Just brag about it. It's fine.
You know.